Well, hey all, and welcome back. I want to take time today to talk about something a little bit different. Rather than a straight toy review, this is more of a commentary on the relationship with toys and the packaging, and just package design in general. So one of the things we'd studied was the relationship with the person opening the package. Now this was several years ago at a previous school where I spent more time, and that's when I actually made this, on package design. And what this piece here is a custom I had done at the time of BP's oil spillage. And this was a little bit of a protest piece. Also, it was related to rising gas prices and all this different corruption in oil, which is something I consume a lot of since I have a race car. Anyway, this package has some influence from the BP logo design into it, a dunny head as a skull, as well as icons relating back to the oil industry. But the package itself is designed to look like a box of matches. And then on the back here, we have these oil derricks and one that has been marked off. So this is already trying to communicate an idea of this rebellion of this character that I designed in here. And so this slides off, and inside we have matchsticks. So this is continuing the theme of the matches with this character design. And this part is also meant to be interactive, where this single match that lies there that is asking you to sort of pick it up or interact with it allows this panel to be removed, showing this character in here who is this dunny covered in oil. This was something I had made, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time on it. I'm just using this as sort of an example about interaction with packaging and how that interaction, regardless of how big it is or how intricate it is all part of our buying these toys and how we relate to them and how we're sort of introduced to them through the experience of opening the package. And while some designers do less, I think these stand out. Now these are toys I don't collect. Of course, L-Dolls, I'm not a fan of the toy at all. My daughter loves them, and this is actually hers, but I think it does something interesting. They're not actually paying for this toy, this cheap 50-cent toy that's included. They're paying for the experience of opening the toy. And she's had some various ones I've helped her open. One of them, I think it's called Confetti. You actually open it up, and when you get to the end, it kind of explodes with confetti. It's an experience. And I think more of these experiences, as they become popular in this YouTube surprise toy culture, that it's something that might be interesting to see move into the robot toy experience. Like even with Transformers. Even in the 80s, Transformers actually had interactivity in their packages. They had these tech specs that you can cut out and collect, which made the package itself collectible and more interesting to read, and you could decode their specs with the little red visor. And what's interesting is LL Dolls have done the same thing. They actually had this little spyglass, and you use it to look at the text to find codes to unlock stuff. So that's interesting. And this is another toy, and I've gotten this just because I think it's a little bit more geared to the audience of this channel. I have a feeling most of you, unless you have kids, either don't know about or care about LL Dolls, but the package itself is interesting, as is this. I've never opened one of these before, but this is sort of the take of the boys' side, or the boys' demographic of this toy, but the whole idea is treasure hunt. So you're trying to find one of these skeleton characters, but there's these other elements involved. And for whatever reason, there's real gold also involved, but I'm sure it's not enough to quantify any value. So these are about 10 bucks. I think this specific one is somewhere in the $15 range. So anyway, what I'd like to do is sort of quickly go through opening these. I'm going to get my daughter to help. This is not the normal kind of thing I'm going to do, so don't think I'm switching gears and going to do surprise toy shows, at least on this channel. So anyway, I'm going to have her come join us, and we're going to see about openings up and talking about the experience along the way. So I've moved the camera outside of the booth. As you can see, I'm a little bit low for the shot, so we're going to zoom in on things. And this is my daughter, Sophie, who's going to help me. And so, which one we're going to start with first, Sophie?
This one.
So we're going to do the LL doll. So what is it you like about the LL doll so much?
It has these stuff. You can see what they do, and you can see what they say, and you can open like a real zipper.
Okay, so do you like these better than... Do you like opening it better, or do you like playing with it better?
Playing it better.
Alright, so I'm going to zoom in here,
Watch me open it.
and we're going to open it. Yep. And if you need any help, just let me know.
These are always easy to open.
So while you're opening that, I'm going to try to open the treasure axe. So the first part you open up, they had a little zipper, right?
Yeah.
Or is it, or you're getting to the zipper?
No, we just like we pull here, then it goes around and around until you get back to the zipper.
So this first layer you've opened up is just the plastic, right? Mm-hmm. So do you know which one you're hoping for?
It's this one.
So mine has one layer of plastic on it.
Yeah, and it's very easy. It will make a big mess too.
Oh no. Well, I'm glad I brought up this other table that we can get messy. And so this one here, it explains, you rip the gold foil, you dig, you put water on it to fizz, and then it shows...
It's a fizzy one!
It's a fizzy one. And then it shows various things you need on it. So it kind of lists out the experience that you're going to have. And
You need
so,
a bowl of water, Dad.
you need a bowl of water? Okay, well we will deal with the bowl of water as we get to the end. So far you kind of have to hunt for panels, unless you just want to tear into it.
What kind of show is it from?
I don't think it's a show.
I saw it on cartoon before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So this does have a show tie-in per my 6-year-old. And so with that taken off, it all drops out.
Second layer.
Okay, so you're 2 layers in, and what have you revealed? What do we have? So we have a spyglass.
And you see what happens?
Okay, so let me see if I can show the camera. So this spyglass here is something I had mentioned with the Bumblebee that you would be able to use on the tech spec. And I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but as you put it on here, it kind of separates the pattern and it reveals messages and information for opening up. So that is just another level of interactivity that this has. So if you go ahead and take that, what do you need me to read the messages for you?
Yeah, but I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet? Okay, so it looks like there's another zipper. So there's another simulated zipper in the design. Alright, so this one, let's see what all comes up, because there's a top in here too. So far I've managed to take it all apart without destroying the box. And it seems that this plastic piece inside here is just to protect the shape of this. So, important digging, unwrap and place block under running water for 30 seconds. So, since this is a digging involved item, I guess that's just something that speeds up the process. So, inside the instructions, which look a little bit like a treasure map, so that sort of aids into the idea of the exploration. So this talks about different quests, and on the map you have different locations and different items here. On the back there's different things you can collect. The gold dip treasure, it shows that, and then it has instructions here for the treasure. So here, you got that next layer off, so we've started getting into some transparent items so you can see into it. So it's got a slight reveal, and here is where we have these locks with a combination. And so we're going to have to decipher something to get to that.
And you have to guess what this does. So you have to guess what it does. Like, can you help Dad? This is what you see. Do you see it? Dad, can you help me? I can't really show the people.
Okay, let me show them. Mommy is texting me. Sorry about that. So yeah, so what we have here, and I don't even know if this is going to come on camera. So you have this little sheet, and it reveals possible combinations that you can use to unlock the toy. So you have this element of unwrapping and layers and slow reveal, and then sort of this puzzle aspect. So, but going back to mine, here we've got the tool. So it has 4 different types of things. Like we have a shovel, jackhammer, drill, and maybe a rake of some sort. So that's kind of neat. Little element involved in there, and I'm curious if this is going to interact with the character.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay, so
I
now
have to guess the layers with them.
you have to guess. So what I'm going to do?
I'm going to do crown diamond.
Okay, well let's show the camera first. So this is the full reveal. So this has gotten you to the point, or the person to the point of they see the main thing that they're going to get when they open this. And then you have all these different compartments to unlock. And you have these series of combinations that you're going to reveal on this code. So this little sheet has codes. You're going to have to sort of guess and play with these and figure out which ones they are. So since this has that, why don't you go ahead and do that while I get some water. And why don't you tell the people which combinations you're trying to guess first.
I'm going to do crown diamond first. Doesn't work, guys. Let's try fire snowflake. Fire snowflake didn't work. Fire snowflake didn't work again.
Alright, we'll try the next one then. Alright, while she's working on that,
Swing tower.
I'm going to take our brick, or gold block, or however they explain it, and I'm going to put it in there. So let me double check the instructions while she's doing that. But as you can see, this is sort of an interesting experience. So it's creating this level of interaction that's allowing you to have, one, the blind box experience, so you anticipate what you're going to get, but then you kind of have to hunt for it, and you have to work for it. Alright, so first didn't work? Okay, try the next one. So this one says, find your map to begin your quest for treasure. So we've got our map here, which kind of interesting since the instructions are on the back. Rip through the gold layer to discover the rock. So I was going to just dump this in there, but it's actually within this. So I guess this material here is to preserve it and keep moisture out. So
didn't work.
Oh, that one didn't work either?
Okay, this side and a heart. I don't know what this is.
Here, let me see.
It's a slide and a heart.
Okay, we have... Oh, peace sign. It's a peace sign and a heart. Alright, so we'll peel this off. And I'm going to assume that this is made of the same stuff as a bath bomb.
It worked!
Oh, look at that!
Oh, it's a bullshit. She has pink hair.
Oh, so wait, what was she inside? So there's this
Sheep.
sheep skin that it's inside.
It's a jammy.
Oh, they're jammies? Alright, so we have a gold coin up here. And we have this. So I'm going to take this brick and I'm going to put it in our water and let it sit while I look at the rest. And it's fizzing, so I'm assuming it's some sort of bath bomb material.
If it doesn't work, so we'll do that.
Yes, and after it's done with that, we will use the tools. So it says, take our coin, line up the icons, reveal the treasure you may find. So that is on...
So that's what we get.
Oh, okay. So we have...
I know what this is for.
Yeah?
So you have to I'll show you. I watched a video on YouTube about this, and you have to line up the stuff that goes here. And I just saw a thing that lines up with this one.
Okay.
So that's how you do it.
Okay, so what it looks like is you have these different treasures here. You put them in the center of the coin, and then there's 3 things that might line up with to show you what you're possibly going to get. So it looks like that could be a tree, or that doesn't seem to really fit. Oh, there's another tree here.
One of my friends have this.
Oh yeah? So here's a tree that fits, but that other one doesn't fit. Okay, so here's a tree. It doesn't seem like any of our stuff is really lining up that way. Not that way either. So it has this interaction where you're able to place this over there and get a guess of what you might get. But so far, none of the things I'm putting over really line up. So I'm not getting, I'm going to say this is sort of an unknown. It's giving adding to the mystery. So maybe you can anticipate, and that's part of the game, but I'm not seeing anything that really predicts what I'm supposed to get. So are you going to do the next combination?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this.
But yeah, these are the toys.
Yes,
Like
I
I
got
said,
it, Dad.
they're just, there's not a whole lot to them. They have a lot of accessories that come with them,
I
and
found the clothes.
it's really the experience that you're paying for. All right, so you found an outfit. Yeah, it's interesting how she's dressed. Okay, so this has been in here for a minute, and it says now use the excavator tool
Can I help, Dad?
to get through the rock. And it says we will discover bones and weapons,
What?
and then we can wash all the parts, and then we can find a treasure chest inside, and
I can.
find our gold item inside. So I'm going to go ahead.
Dad, could I find the treasure chest with you?
You can find it with me.
I know done, but I need her shoes. What's the next card?
So this is a piece of plastic I was going to throw away anyway, something from screen printing that I don't really need. So have you opened up all the chambers on yours?
No.
Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up all your chambers.
No. No.
Do you need the combination still? All right, and while you're doing that, so this fizz explosion, or whatever you would call it, has loosened up the brick. So it's sort of softened it. And what I can do here is jackhammer at it, scrape at it. So this is a really messy toy.
Oh, could I help?
You can help too. Well, let's finish yours. Let's finish yours, okay?
You have to let me do it.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and stop
I
mine for
see
now.
something, Dad.
I know, I see something too, already popping out. Oh, so you got one open. So is that the last chamber?
No.
Okay, so
This
you
is
go ahead and
the
open that,
last
and I will open this one. So
one.
which?
No, this one is not chamber. It's just a stand. And this is the.
That's the last one. So what combination should I
That's like
try?
a sippy cup. That's a sippy cup.
So even if you lost the piece of paper, you could probably sit here and go through all the possible combinations and get it to open.
I need my shoes now. Maybe the last one is shoes.
Yeah. All right. So before you wait, let's just get this open before you put all the accessories on there, because there's only one more to open, right?
Yep.
So you can see here, once you've gotten the combination, it all pops open. So you can actually store stuff in there again, and there's a handle inside that converts this into a carrying case. So it becomes part of the toy as well. So this is adding to that relationship of not just being a package, but being a package that you would keep. And this has a little stand where you
But
can,
you need the shoes.
once you have the shoes on, like my daughter says, you could balance it on there. So there's one more item. Why don't you go ahead and unlock that?
I don't know which one. I think this is.
Well, what's your card say? So, have you tried Storm Cloud and Sun?
No, I didn't. Do
Try that one.
Storm. Okay. Or that's clouds. Outside.
Yep, no work.
What heart?
What about Peace and Heart?
Peace in heart? I just did that.
Okay, then what about Clover and Kitten?
I did that.
Okay, what about Candy and Orange?
You mean sweet and sour?
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah. I got it!
Oh, so sweet and sour.
That was already the other one.
Oh,
I did the wrong one.
you did the wrong one. Oh my goodness.
Okay. That's for the crown diamond. Crown diamond does not work.
Here, keep it over here so everyone can see.
Cloud diamond.
Oh, there you go. And it's the last bit. So that's the last thing?
Yep.
All right, you go ahead and open that and I'll...
Oh, look, shoes.
Okay.
Finally.
So the shoes allow things to lock in here. So this is a pretty decent plastic here. This is something that is pretty well built. It seems like the combinations are accurate. We didn't have anything faulty. It's a fun little experience. I think the same kind of mechanism could be repurposed for boys' toys and allow for even ideas that might pour into Transformers. Because even the Transformers, the newest line, if you put the package under a black light, it reveals hidden messages that you can look at online. So that is a whole other experience that they've brought back into the new collectibles. So there you go. This is the final piece. But like I said, this is something definitely what's popular right now. My daughter's into it. So here she wants to help start breaking this apart. Oh. Well, what you want to do, Soph, is one, break towards the middle, so it's coming towards me. I know you see something, but you got to be careful so you don't make a big mess. And this is a messy toy. And my daughter is a little overzealous. But I think that's the difference. You have a kid who's playing with it, which makes sense, and you have a person like me who's a collector who's used to being extremely careful with all their packaging and all that stuff. Here, why don't you let me give it a shot? Because it looks like it may have gotten hard again.
Let's put it back in the water.
Well, it's still a little soggy. Here, let me give it a shot. So,
Whoa.
you just need to come up with a technique, so where...
Whoa, yo, I found something.
Yeah.
It's something silver.
That's not silver, that's gold.
Oh, can I help now?
Yeah, you can help. Just don't push it towards the middle so you don't get stuff over there. That way you don't have to wear it. Yeah, this is definitely a messy toy.
I see something we can like take out now. It feels like we got an army one because that looks like the army one.
There we go. Looks like I've gotten through to something.
What is it?
So I'm going to throw these parts inside the water as we do it, so it's easier to take off.
I'm scratching.
So what's fun about this one?
We get to break it.
You get to break it.
And we get to play with it too.
Yeah. Do you like that it's messy?
No.
No?
Mom will be mad.
Yeah, Mama's not going to like the messy part, but she's not going to know about it because it's down here.
Yeah. She doesn't even like this area.
Yeah. So anyway, so that looks like his treasure. Oh, there it is.
Whoa,
Oh, it's a skull and what looks like a scuba helmet.
Oh, let you go check what we have.
Well, let's get it all out first, and then we can check it. There's an anchor, so I'm going to assume this is nautical
I found
themed.
another thing. Let me wash it.
Okay. And then
Ooh, and it looks like it's part of his body, I think. Let me try.
I'm going to dip the tool in some water too.
You found a treasure chest.
Yep.
Give me some.
Alright, looks like these parts don't have anything in them. I'm not sure what this material is. It reacts with water and it fizzes. Oh, I see another part in there.
Yep.
Yep, another
That's
foot.
his feet.
Alright, I'm going to make sure there's nothing left in these pieces. So you have this dirty toy. It kind of feels like
I think it's
sand and clay. This is really interesting. So you have this tactile texture you get to play with. And since we have all these helicopter parents now and these kids that don't get to play outside like they used to, this is perhaps the way to simulate that sort of experience. All right, let me see the drill. Looks like the neck hole has stuff in it. So I use the drill, which is interesting if that's what that was meant for, to get out
all
the
that
stuff because it's the perfect size for it.
I'm washing my hands. Washing my hands.
All right. So that sort of wraps up this experience of opening this.
This is going to be a long show, right?
Well, we're almost done now. So I want to thank my daughter Sophie for helping me. Tell everyone out there, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And tell them goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then I am going to tell them goodbye myself. So this is the booty we got. And of course, that's definitely applicable for ours, or for the one on the right, since that was treasure that was hunted. And there's still one more tier of things to do with that. But this is the LO doll. You get the doll, there's accessories that come with it. And as you can see, there's nothing really high-end about this toy. It's really the experience you're paying for, the mystery, the problem solving with having to figure out the locks and having this interesting contraption that you kind of go through to find all your accessories. And to some people, the aesthetic is cute. and that's sort of the allure with these. But like I said, the packaging, the experience of the toy is becoming largely what the toy is, because kids are their attention spans are getting smaller and they don't care about the toy very long, and so they're done with it. And that experience is really what they want. That's what's giving them, oh, it's something new. There's this interaction involved with it. So when we think about package design or interaction design, it's something definitely to consider. And I think these are all very interesting things for people to research and experience, just to maybe get some inspiration from. One layer left is the torso for the skeleton guy, and I'm sure it's wrapped up to keep sand out of the joints, making it easier to assemble. But speaking of that, you could probably, as I clean this under the sink, you can see where there's still some sand built into it, and you could tactically leave some there to give this sort of its own distressed feel, like it was buried. So we have the torso here, and we just plug in the legs. So there's some building involved. And he is really stubby, so it has sort of that chibi, super deformed look. He has stance legs, like we've been getting on Transformers these days, so he has a wide stance. It's this translucent plastic, which is something I'm really keen on. That arm does not look right. Here, I think it goes this way. Alright, so yeah, there's the arm. Okay, so it's cupped up because he's going to hold his treasure. And then he has his other hand set up to hold his weapon. So he's got this anchor weapon. So it's kind of neat as far as his design goes so far. And then I really like the head, though I couldn't get all the sand out of the side of the face. But yeah, he's a little scuba diver that we dug up. It's sort of a morbid toy, but I think it's interesting. Yeah, there we go. So there's his little weapon, and his hand is ready for his treasure that we're going to take out. And he is somewhat posable. You can turn the neck, you can turn the shoulders, you can turn the hips. So we'll have to use a blade on this one. It would have been nice if these were perforated like the LO dolls, but I have a feeling that water would get in and possibly mess with whatever's inside in this process. So I'm going to have to vacuum this light table when I'm done, because there's actually sand inside. And another layer of plastic. I think between these two, I think the experience from the LO doll one is a little bit more interesting, because this is really just about digging and kind of just pulling something out. I mean, it's a little bit more simple in the concept. So anyway, the treasure chest is finally reveal what we got. And we need more water, because there is more sand. But inside, we have this little treasure map that explains taking the tool, taking water, and getting out. So let me go put this into the sink real quick, and then we'll finish it.
I saw on the instruction. It can be any of these.
It can be any of these? Okay, my daughter says it can be any of these. She's very excited, so I'll be right back. Alright, so it says you might need to use this tool in water again from the sink. This substance is not the same as the other one. As soon as water hits it, it goes everywhere. So be warned. But we got a little bonefish here. And so we have this dead scuba diver and his bonefish. And it says there's something coated with gold, and I guess the only thing that could be is his helmet. So there is gold in here. I doubt there's any value to it other than nothing. But there's not a whole lot there. But it's a cool concept. It's at the selling point. You do have this experience of getting dirty and digging around and finding treasure. So it's sort of fun. It's a cool idea. But I think if we consider these ideas and consider sort of this interactive packaging with this destructive element to it, I wonder if that could be incorporated into adult collectibles and something that we all might be interested in as well. So anyway, let me know below in the comments what you guys think about this interactive packaging and how it's taken the trends in this day.
Make sure you like it and subscribe.
And we'll see you all next time.